Good morning, afternoon and evening, my crazies. My name's Angela and I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady. Right, it is 8 o'clock in the morning here in the UK and I've got to get this done quite quick because I've got a turbo busy day today. So I'm sorry if this episode is a little bit short or that I'm speaking a little bit fast. There's a button down below where you can slow me down. I'll sound hilarious, but it means you can stay and listen a bit easier if needs be. Right, so first up today, of course, we have our video roundup. Now, I was a little cheeky this week because the first pattern, the first thing out was how to do a double crochet. Oh, cripes, let's try that again. How to do a foundation double crochet chain. Okay, now I've done this one because I find this so much easier when I'm working blankets and clothing items because I'm a tight crocheter, so I end up having to go up 1 or 2 hook sizes when I'm doing the chain version where you chain and then work whatever stitch is called for into that chain, or even in the back bump of that chain. So for me, I find the foundation double crochet chain a lot neater, a lot nicer, and it doesn't curl up and squidge up in the wash. Okay, so to be honest, if I'm making quick blankets and not the corner to corner versions, then that will be what I will use to start off with, whether it be the foundation double crochet, half double crochet, single or treble. There's quite a few variations, so keep an eye out, because what I'll do is if I'm changing it up and I'm using one of the other methods, there will be a video for that too that will go up first thing in the week, so you'll be like, oh, she's gonna put a new tutorial out, sweet. But for the time being, the next blanket that will be coming out will be using that foundation double crochet chain as well. Right, so that was video number 1. Video number 2 was, of course, the cute books, which was the Crochet Super and Sweet. I'm sorry, that one makes me giggle. That's going to be my go-to comical book from this point on. And then, of course, there was the very factual, the Fleece and Fibre book. So those will be linked up here. And then, of course, there was the pattern. How did I freak you out? Did I? Because of course some of you are expecting a new Christmas corner to corner, but instead I put out the Biddy baby blanket. That is hashtag number 19. Again, that will be linked up here. Now this one is nice and super quick. It looks complicated, which is what I like. I like stuff that looks complicated, but when it's broken down, it is so simple. All it is double crochet, gang. That is it. If you can double crochet and go backwards and forwards, oh, and count to 7, you'll be perfectly fine. You will be able to do this. So much, I know this for a fact because I've set one of my crazies on it. Now, some of you know I've got a really good friend who used to be called Can't Crochet, Won't Crochet. And she then changed her name to Angela's Brain Cell or something along that lines. Well, she's now picked up a crochet hook. She's been going for about a month. And she is, at this moment in time, tackling the Biddy baby blanket. So if I manage to get hold of a picture of that, I will stick that in here just to show you that a novice can do it. Loves you, Right, so the next video up, of course, was our Throwback Friday number 43. Now, with the Throwback series, please remember, if I'm in a purple room, that was the old recording. And that is the video that I'm showing you. If you are seeing this background, it means it's new, and that's the bit I'm adding in. Because I make the throwbacks in bulk, so I will make 4 of them in one go. So of course when I get to week 3, I can't remember what on earth I spoke about, so I have to sit there and watch my own videos. Oh, just so I know what you guys are commenting on, because it does get slightly confusing for me. But again, that was a Throwback Friday. Now this one was a giggle, because in that one I actually used the fast forward and the slow down method. One, I sounded like a chipmunk, and don't ask me what I sounded like slowed down. It was just, oh wow. So if you want a giggle, or you need a giggle, go watch that one, because it's definitely worth it. Because it makes me chuckle every time I do it. Right, so what's up next? And then on Tuesday evening we had our live. And thank you to the girls and chaps that tipped up and said hello. That's right, we had a chap in. Instead of a new winners only pattern this month, what I'm going to be doing is vault passes instead. So the girls won a vault pass each, and it meant that they could choose one of the patterns that they had missed. So I'm going to do the same again, and this for this month it's going to be vault passes, just solely because of course 2 weeks we're not going to have, for like 2 weeks we're not going to be having the full amount of lives, so I didn't think it was very fair to put out a new winner only pattern and you guys not get your hands on it. So this way it means that if you've only been a channel member or only been joining in the lives a short time, it means you have a better chance at getting your hands on one of the patterns that is already in the vault. And that's simple. Vault pass. Right, so what have I been up to this week? If you didn't know, at this moment in time the Royal British Legion have their tables out at your local shops if you're in the UK. They'll be in your local supermarkets in the same places you would have seen them 2 years ago. Okay, so I'm helping my local Royal British Legion branch by manning the tables, standing there smiling underneath my mask so nobody can see it, and saying thank you very much for your donation. So that's where I have been every morning this week. Every morning I'm doing from about 8:30 because I help set up. It's easier that way. Drop the kid off at school, I come back, go straight there. So I'm helping set up, and then I'm there till the next person comes in and says, all right Ange, off you go, and then I leave. So I'm leaving between like 1:30 and 2, which was why there was a no live during this week during the daytime, because I wasn't here, because I have to do all the family stuff as well. But anyway, so yeah, I'm manning the tables, or at least I was last week. I've got another week to go, so I'm not able to do a great deal of crochet until it gets to the evenings. So I'm now working on another little baby blanket that is not a corner to corner. Yeah, I'm bored of them. So I haven't got that with me to hand, and I'm not going to show you it until it is ready to go. So keep an eye out on the live next week, or lives, no, possibly just be the one evening live next week. So keep an eye out on that. I may show that to you, I may not. Depends on if I actually manage to get any of it done. I'm about halfway, which ain't bad for me. Right, so what else have we been up to? Of course, it's been November the 5th, so we've had fireworks around here. Now, the first few years we had Liam, I would take him out in the garden when he was a pup, while the fireworks were going off around us. And I would be playing tug, and I'd be playing ball, and I'd be throwing treats, and he was happy. And he liked them, and he would sit, and we would there were times I'd lay on the grass with him, looking up at the sky and watching him go over while I'm giving him a fuss. And he's been fine. Year 1, perfectly fine. Year 2, he ran up the top of the stairs on his own accord, and promptly sat by the window watching them out of the upstairs window. Year 3, we were in the garden, and a spent rocket came over and landed in the garden. And since that point, he don't like them no more. So this year was spent laying upstairs on the bed in the purple room, listening to classical FM, giving him a hug while he was hyperventilating. All because people started them early. Not the 5th, not the 4th. We had them round this area from the 2nd. And we're going to have them on, and we had them on the 6th, and we're bound to have them today. And just because they're pretty. And so I've spent the majority of my evenings upstairs listening to classical FM and laying on the bed with the dog. So of course I can't sit there and crochet because my attention needs to be on him. So again, not a lot of crochet. Right, what else is there? I don't know, let me have a think. Right, so as some of you know, I had to scrap my car because she failed her MOT and she had too much work needed, so it was going to cost an absolute fortune. So of course, scrapped the car, got some pennies back, got the road tax pennies back as well, so we were like, woohoo, we're nearly rich. So we went hunting for a new car, or a new to me car that will do us over the winter months basically. And then if it passes its MOT, I'll have it for another year. We like to every now and then we do this. My very first car was what we thought was going to be a lemon. Okay, we thought this thing would not pass its MOT. Well, it did, with flying colours. My very first car, my Pop. She passed the first MOT, flying colours, a second MOT, flying colours, a third MOT, flying colours. The only reason we had to get rid of her was because the locking wheel nut sheared. And it was going to cost about 700 quid. It seems to be the thing, 700 quid is what they seem to quote round here. But it was going to cost us an absolute fortune to try and get this, the locking wheel nut removed. So then we'd got another car, and that one was a proper lemon. That went quite quickly. So then I got a new one, or a new to me one. Well, anyway, I'm hoping that this new one is going to be just like Pop. Okay, I'm still trying to work out what she's going to get called. She's yellow. That's right. It's got a yellow panda. It's older than my youngest, and she's 16. So it's a vintage yellow panda. Oh, I tell you what, it is so much fun to drive. There's none of this whole computer says no rubbish. It's like she likes being ragged around, which is really good as well. So if I forget to change down to the appropriate gear, she's very forgiving, which is really, really good. Oh, woman, stop messaging me. Right, yeah, so I said stop messaging me. Right, yeah, sorry. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, about my yellow panda. Got any ideas of what she could be called? Right, so we are coming up to Christmas. How are you guys all doing with your Christmas presents? Are you looking for something a little bit outside the box? For that cheeky family member? You know, one of them adults that are proper cheeky and might like a little tipple. If you are, look at these guys. We've got the cheeky Santa and the naughty fairy. A wine box holder. Now, if you haven't had a chance to see these up close, here we go. Now, the reason this one's heavy, so it won't take long. I've got my wine box in there already. All right, so with these two, okay, there is a placement for the tap that you are working as you're working up the pattern, which is why they are naughty, because it looks quite rude on Santa's pants. Hence why I would say make it for over 18s. But this pattern can also be changed around so that you don't have to do the front panel. Sorry, you're going back there, you're too heavy. Yep, you don't have to do the front panel, you can just repeat the back panel, which has no gap in it, meaning that you could just use it for a standard box or box cover or decoration of some sort. As you can see with Santa at the moment, he is holding my yarn, so they could in theory also be little storage bags for your yarn. The patterns for those are available at this moment in time over on my Ravelry shop. The link is going to be in the description box and down below. The fairy is called the Fairy Wine Box Cover, and the Santa is the Naughty Santa wine box cover. Now, with both of these written patterns, you are getting everything you need. You know me, I like to stick in as much information into the patterns as I possibly can. So that is how to do your stitches, how it all works out, blah, 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 blah. And also you're getting links to the tutorials as well. So you're getting fast track links that will take you over. And because these tutorials for those guys are not going to be out until next month. You have also got the written pattern for the Biddy baby blanket. So of course that was the tutorial that went up this week. Now within that pattern it is a very simple pattern. So what I've done is I've written the pattern out. It's all on the one page. There's extra blurb and all the rest of it on the other pages, but it's printer friendly, so you can just select that page that you need that has how to do the stitches, the counts and things like that. It's all on the one page, and then you've got a little tick sheet chart at the bottom where you can tick what row you've done as you do it, so that you don't really have to pay much attention as you're watching your favourite show. Alright, so those of course are the new ones. Now, how many of you are taking on the Poppy Brooch Challenge 2021 this year? It would be really lovely if you guys that are making poppies, that are crocheting them up, doesn't matter what the pattern is, I don't mind. Although there is a free one over on the Ravelry shop, and there is also the tutorial on the channel because it's #01. And but if you, they don't take long. They really don't take long. They're really quick to make up. Sorry, stop promoting. Right, but in regards to the # a Poppy Brooch Challenge, if you make some poppies, fire me over a picture. Either pop it on the Facebook page or send it to me via email. And then next week, hopefully, I'll be able to show off more than just the one image. I think I've got one at the moment. So it would be really lovely if you guys could fire me off a couple of pictures of your poppy brooches or your poppy makes for this year as well. Now it's time for some good news. Louisa at this got hold of me earlier on this week and told me that the Secret Yarn Stash has now got in the Robin, Bonnie and Baby Aaron yarn, okay, which is priced in at £2. Now, instead of just having the 3 colours that she'd had before, which were the, where are we, white, cream and grey, she now has the full range. So now they have the white, the cream, a yellow, a pink, I really should check the proper name, shouldn't I, rather than just looking at the picture. Right, so we have got a white, cream, sunrise yellow, a candy pink, mint green, lilac purple, powder blue and silver grey. So that's some new ones coming in, and by all accounts there's going to be some more, but shh, I've not told you nothing. Right, if you want a quick link, if you're in the UK I should say, and you'd like a quick link and down to the Secret Yarn Stash, there is the affiliated link in the drop down box and down below. That will take you through to her page. Now it costs you nothing to use it, it will cost you nothing, but if you do a purchase via the link, it means that I get a little kickback, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Right, that's it. The family have woken up. I'm going to have to leg it. I will see you all really soon. So if you can, please stay in and definitely stay safe. Ta-ra for now, everybody.